Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be dwelling right now on YouTube. This is Dells Ducks Weekly. My name is Matt Panier, joined by Dells Ducks head coach Bill Zanaboni. To my far left, Dells Ducks forward Tyler Forrest. Gentlemen, welcome and congratulations. 2 out of 3 on the weekend.
Yep.
Still rolling on, and I think the best news out of the whole thing is that 17-game road trip, it's over.
Yeah, no, I mean it's I don't think it really affected us, with the travel wise. But I think now that you gotta kind of step back and look at it, it was long, and it'll be nice to be at home for a while and get guys into routines and hopefully the comfort of their own bed and hopefully a little more consistent play.
And maybe if one guy is getting ready to come back home with a little momentum, it's our guest right here, Tyler Forrest, coming off of a very nice weekend. Tyler scoring 3 goals, 1 assist that you feel wasn't counted, so maybe we'll go back and check the tape on that one. But a good couple of nights there for you, once against the Minnesota Owls. Yesterday, the game winner against Hudson. Take me through the weekend, Tyler.
We came out Friday night, a little flat-footed, slow, but we also had a problem putting the puck in the net. The lines seemed to be clicking, but just couldn't finish. Then Saturday night, we just didn't let off the gas. Made goals and tried to meet them as much as we could. And then Sunday, we came in the first, just flat-footed again, went down 2-0, and then stepped on the pedal again, came back and won it 3-2.
And Coach, at the end of a long road trip, you take a look at some of the stats, and I think one stat is really glaring to me, and Jimmy had touched on this a little bit. Yesterday was the first time all year that you guys had been outshot in a game. How does that even happen?
I don't know. Was that the only time?
It's the only time, and it was by 1 shot.
Yeah, I mean, they're a fast offensive team. I mean, it was bound to happen.
I'm not saying I'm not taking anything away from Hudson. I'm just saying, how do you guys continue to keep finding this offense game in and game out? It's been like that every year. Even the games against Rochester, you guys were out shooting them.
Yeah, I mean, we always try to throw pucks to the net because you never know what's going to happen, right? So I think, we saw that against Rochester on their 3rd goal last time we were there. I mean, they bounced one in to make it a 3-2 game, and it's never a bad option to throw pucks to the net. As long as you have net front presence, good things can happen. And, so I think that's, it's been our objective ever since I've gotten here to the Dells is, we want to be a puck pursuit team. We want to be a team with offense that can come from anywhere. So I think, it's something that we really take pride in, game in and game out.
I mean, I guess the good news is now you guys can say that you're 1-0 when being outshot, so completely undefeated.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Tyler, you come to us from the Long Beach Bombers of the Western States Hockey League. The Western States League, how does it match up for you? I know we had Matt Heim on a couple of weeks ago. He's a former Dallas Ice Jet. Said some things were pretty comparable. What have you seen so far as comparisons between the Western States League and the Minnesota League?
In the WS, they have a lot more teams, and it's a lot more travel for us because we're on the West Coast, and we have to go up north to California to play like Fresno and stuff. When around here, everything's so close, so the travel time is cut completely. But besides that, talent-wise, the depth seems to be, like in the lines, it seems to be deeper in talent, and other than that, it seems not too much different.
Yeah, you must have been laughing at us a little bit a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about how daunting this road trip was for the Dells Ducks, having to go from Steele County to Esani to Hudson. There were probably times when you were going from Long Beach up to Valencia to Fresno and things like that. I don't think a lot of people really know how much travel there is involved out there in California, especially when you're going from South Cal to NorCal.
Yeah, out there, actually, anytime we have a 3-game series like it is back at home, we usually play one team for a whole series on the road and at home, unless we play a closer team like Valencia or San Diego. Then it's like a 1 game and a 1 game against each.
So you're starting to pick up the offense a little bit more, Tyler, this weekend. Obviously, you're out there. You're kind of playing with some grinders. You're out there with guys like Yari Knightenbach and just bigger bodies. And I've noticed you're a line that really likes to get physical. Tell me about the way you guys have been playing together.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that we definitely gelled quick. It was a line coach put together this week. I thought we brought good presence in front of the net in the defensive zone, getting the puck out of the zone. I mean, we did well putting the puck in the net as well. But it was a good weekend for us. I thought we did great.
And Coach, for you, going through the season right now on the 17-game road trip, obviously when the fans come here in a couple of weeks and see you guys take on Forest Lake, we talked about this before, it's going to be a different team than what we saw against the Minnesota Owls. Tell me some of the things that you've noticed have changed in your team, lines particularly. Are we going to see some different combinations coming up here in a couple of weeks? What are some of the things fans should expect?
Well, I think, line combinations can change by period, as well as games and weekends. But, just it all depends on injuries and how guys are working together and what's going on. And, we've dealt with a ton of injuries since day one this year, and this seems to continue to grow. And, I think the biggest thing is maybe Sunday could have been a really good turnaround for us character-wise. To never stop competing, learn what we have in the tank on a 3-3 against a very good Hudson team. And I'm hoping that kind of carries over. We're supposed to have this week off, but we're going to stay here and be on the ice. I think it's important that we fine-tune some things before Forest Lake comes into town. Obviously, just beating Rochester, they're pretty high up there, and we gotta make sure that we're ready for those guys. But I think the biggest thing is we want to see consistency. We're going to be fast, hard, and physical on everything that we do, and we want to make this barn a tough place to play in like we have in the past. Last year I think we lost once here, and this year we've only played 3 games against the Owls, and we're fortunate enough to be 3-0, and we want to see that carry through.
I'm glad you kind of touched on your win against Hudson as far as what that's going to go into. I think over the past couple of weeks we've made a lot out of Forest Lake and how well they've played earlier this year. We've obviously made a lot about Rochester. You played 2 pretty good teams this week, teams that probably don't get as much credit just because they're not Rochester and Forest Lake right now in Steele County and Hudson.
Yeah.
Those guys are good tests, and that was one hellacious way to wrap up your road trip, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, Steele County, as quiet as it seems, they're having their best start, I think, since their franchise started. And Hudson is, they got a lot of returners. They got a couple guys that are bouncing back between them and the North American League, and those guys are dangerous. And for us to turn that game around on Sunday and come back with a win, I thought guys, competed hard for the second and third period really well. I thought our goaltending really kept us in it in the first period. Jared, it's a big start for him as a first-year junior guy, and he came up very big for us. He seemed calm, composed, and gave our guys time to settle down and understand what we had to do to win, and they responded. So it's all around it was a good team win.
And Tyler, for you, coming off of this road trip and off of now 17 straight on the road, in the dressing room, do you sense some kind of sense of relief, a sigh of relief for you guys now that this is all over, knowing that you get to come home for a little while?
Yeah, I know. I'm sure for the rookies it was pretty rough for their first season, having to go one weekend home and then going, I think it was 7 straight weekends on the road. It's going to be nice being able to come home, sleep in your own bed, not have to worry about going from hotel to the rink to the hotel. It should be good for us, see how we really compete back at home. So I know most of the boys are very excited to be back home.
And now coming up, it's kind of a complete opposite. It's 15 of the next 17 at home, plus the showcase that you have here against the 3 Central Division teams. Fans are going to get used to seeing some hockey here at the Poppy Waterman coming up here the next couple of months.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's it's fantastic that we have a great stretch at home here, but that showcase I think is going to be great just for for fans in general. They get to see pretty much the whole league and what the league offers and different teams, and to not watch the Dells Ducks on the ice is to come and be a hockey fan for a day. And I know I'll be here probably from morning till close. just because, you know, I think it's important for all of us to support each other and to make sure, you know, the games are good and to watch some fun hockey. And
Jimmy and I are already going to go put our blanket up in the rafters and,
Are ya?
wrap it up down there. We're claiming our spot. You can come join us.
yeah, you know, I'm fortunate enough to have the couch in the office where I can park and be comfortable. But no, I mean, I'm excited. That showcase I think is going to be real fun. You know, I don't know if there's more people excited than the guys right here in this room for it, but I think it's going to be a great spot to have all the teams come in and, you know, and enjoy the area, if nonetheless.
And those showcases are just exactly that. It's like you said, almost every team in the league going to be here or at the Southwood County Rec Center
Yep.
up in Wisconsin Rapids. It brings some scouts in. It brings some other people in. For you, Coach, I know this is a big thing because you want to move your players on. And for you, Tyler, I'm sure this is a good opportunity to hopefully play in front of some people that might notice you and get you to where you want to go after you're done here in the Dells.
Yeah, it definitely is. I know with Coach, the biggest reason I came here is his college, taking kids on to the next level of college hockey. So, I mean, being in 94 and being my last year definitely helps a lot.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because there actually were quite a few Dells Ducks in action over the past couple of weeks.
Yep.
Congratulations going out to Lane Martin scoring his first collegiate goal at Morrisville State University. John Selly Hansen right now, he is locking things down in at Hamlin University, doing a great job there. Congratulations going to Selly. I saw Skylar Harding in action this weekend for Finlandia, looking pretty good out there doing what Skylar Harding does. You got Robbie Meadows, he's going to be starting for Framingham State coming up this week.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
You got a whole bunch of guys. You still got Matt Rowe out there. A lot to be proud of and a good pedigree here. And those guys at showcases, those were the guys that were noticed.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, those are the guys that were consistent throughout the year, and I think, you know, that's the main thing that, you know, colleges need to see is that they're going to consistently compete and with a blue collar effort, and you know, that's what we try to preach to our guys is, you know, put the hard hat on and go to work. And you know, that's, to me, that's what Sunday was for that game against Hudson. It was, you know, we had to go down in the trenches and we had to dig ourselves out, and the guys did that. So that's what I hope to continue to get here out of our guys. And you know, the effort was fantastic, and that's, you know, should be the base of what's going to propel them to the next level. And having that showcase here, hopefully our guys are comfortable. We're going to be playing in our own rink, you know, so maybe a little beneficial there, and hopefully we take advantage of it.
Well, before that, the Rochester series, and before we even get near talking about that, you guys have the weekend away from action this weekend. You just said, Coach, it's not necessarily a weekend off. We're not going to use that term because you guys are going to be here working. Getting ready for Forest Lake,
Yep.
a team that has taken you guys to the brink every single one of the times you've played them out there in Forest Lake. What's it going to be like when they come here 2 weeks, or actually a week from Friday?
Yeah, no, you know, I don't expect anything less. You know, they're I think they're a younger team. They work consistent. I mean, they're a fast team. I think they feed tremendously off of Matisse Kleveneks, the goalie there from Riga, Latvia. You know, he's a returner in our league, has done very well last year and this year. I think they're coached well. I mean, those guys are buying in really good over there, and you know, their record shows it, and they've had some big wins, and you know, I think we have to expect to kind of turn this into one of our games, which is kind of a street fight.
Tyler, is that the sense that you guys got when you were playing out in Forest Lake? Was it a bit of a street fight for you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not the biggest of size, but definitely, like Coach said, they're very quick. Goalie, they definitely feed off of him. But I mean, overall, they do have those big wins. The one over us, I mean, it was rough, but it was a good battle. I know they have the one over Rochester this last weekend. So, I mean, them coming in with that, they're going to be ready to battle.
What's it going to take for you guys to be successful, Tyler, and maybe find yourself on the score sheet a couple of times like you were this weekend?
You know what? We just got to be physical, make sure we get that puck down deep, and then grind hard, get everything to the net, crash the net hard, play our game, play our systems, and we should come out victorious.
Well, like we said, that's 3 coming up for the Dells Ducks. Those are the next 3, not this weekend, but a week from Friday. Be Friday the 21st, Saturday the 22nd, Sunday the 23rd, right here at Poppy Waterman Ice Arena. Finally. Lakers fans, we've told you this how many times now? See, this is what happens when you guys go on the road too long. We start making all these plans for months and months ahead of time. Don't forget, Monks at the Wilderness when you come here and join us at Poppy Waterman Ice Arena, right across the street. Great place. And they did a fantastic job on that tailgate a couple of weeks ago.
It was phenomenal.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going back over there and getting some sliders after we're done here. All right, Tyler, want to thank you. Best of luck finding where you want to go after competing here. But first things first, I'm sure you want to take care of some business and find yourself, atop the league at the end of the year, just like the Ducks were last year.
Yeah, very much so. Thank you very much.
Coach, thanks again as always, and we'll be talking to you again next Monday after a nice work weekend and getting ready for Forest Lake.
Yeah, thanks, Matty. Appreciate it.
All right, that's it for us here on YouTube. Don't forget, you can catch us on the web at dellsduckshockey.net, or you can just catch the MNJHL website, mnjhl.com. My name's Matt Panier. Been fun joining you. I hear the sounds of hockey. Let's get ready to play. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, folks.